Facebook, YouTube. The ducks are over this side again, and they're chilling over this side. All of them. Majority of them. Anybody in the water? Anybody in the water? Nobody's in. Oh, we got the turtles. The turtles. The turtles are back. The turtles. 2 turtles. They're right there. I hope y'all see the turtles' necks sticking out. Ducks, y'all like your turtle friends over there? Oh, there are 3 turtles. Oh, snap, 3 turtles. We got 3 turtles. Yes, it just went in the water. 1 turtle went in the water. 1 turtles are still there. Oh, there. Wait a minute. There they go. They're going in the water. Oh, there they go. Oh. Yes, I got the turtles. I hope y'all saw the turtles. Yeah, 3 of them. It was 3 of them. We got turtles. We got ducks. We got turtles. Where the doves at? Doves supposed to be somewhere up in here. Where's the doves? There they go. There's the doves. The doves right there. The doves. We got doves and turtles, man. We got everybody. Fam. Recognize fam. I like that harmony. I don't know about y'all, but I guess it's Thanksgiving, coming up, even animals are getting together in harmony and stuff like that. But the topic, whoa, dove mania, whoa. Guess whoa. They were cool. Guess I bothered the doves walking by. Hey, okay. All right, topic of the message. Well, I'm meditating. Meditating on, I don't know if I'm gonna, well, I want to talk about, I really want to get back to what I was talking about with the Peter talking about the pollutions, he said, plural, of this world. And the pollution of this world is very important to understand. The spiritual pollution that is out there that they hope you don't know about, but they just want you to continually sinning. Yes, they want to keep the sinning. People trying to influence people best way as possible. Television, radio, internet, your environment. They want to keep the sinning flow going to feed the pollution. Pollution feeds the evil spirits, principalities and the powers. Well, mainly the principalities in the spiritual wickedness and high places. Feast on this pollution, and they try to position and influence people to sin or do wrong things to people, hate people, argue with people, do bad things to people, and you question, why would you do, we always say, why would you do such a bad thing? Why would you say such a bad thing? People say that just to say that, but they don't understand that Satan's kingdom of darkness has been doing this throughout human history. I go on YouTube and I go through other people that research human history, research history, and Mesopotamia and Egypt and Persia, ancient history. And it's important to know, and I get information from the resources of how their cultures were, throughout human history, and seeing a pattern, because that's the thing. When you operate in the spirit, it's supposed to help you see a pattern to make sense of what has happened first and what is pretty much still going on, but it just kind of tweaked or twisted a little bit, different than to another generation. And now another generation become victimized by it because they did not question from the beginning, because, well, like I said, the fear of the Lord is the beginning of wisdom. It's questioning the beginning to find out how things ended up, why things has ended up the way they are right now, to figure out, what is the problem and what is the solution. But I hope everybody knows the solution is Jesus Christ, you know what I'm saying? And the thing is, this revelation that Peter is talking about is the pollutions of this world that, is there. That, interesting, I was meditating on the idea, and I was reading for 2 Peter, and I didn't know that Peter described how the pollution looked at. I didn't know it. Yeah, he talks about the description of how this pollutions of the world looked at, and I'm like, whoa. I didn't know Mac didn't read the whole chapter when he looked at the one verse. Yeah, forgive me. But I did not know he gave a description, and he describes it just the way I saw it. You know what I'm saying? I'm like, oh my goodness, Peter saw this thing, man. And, this pollution, and what's interesting that, this may sound crazy to you, but I remember when I watched Ghostbusters 2, and when the evil guy, had this cloud smut pollution, up in the sky of New York, it looked at more like that. The pollutions of the earth looked at more like that. I mean, I remember watching Ghostbusters, and then I was like, ooh, that's what it looked like, the spiritual pollution. So, could, the kingdom of darkness kind of subliminally show the pollution of this world on Ghostbusters 2, Well, they've been notorious of a whole lot of stuff. Start researching and finding out a lot of things, and then go back looking at certain things, and wow, interesting what is going on that is really pertaining to true ideal aspects spiritually. You know what I'm saying? That we're not aware of, because we're not wrestling against the principalities and the powers and the rules of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places, but we're busy focused on wrestling against flesh and blood, fighting one another, arguing with one another over senseless stuff, destroying one another. It's this rigmarole situation that's keep on happening in this world, and nobody's not questioning to it the extent of why it's going on. They just like, it's whatever, then that's what is the response of people that has been influenced with darkness. Their attitude towards life is like whatever, and that's the problem really of questioning. But this spiritual pollution, you know what I'm saying, is everywhere. It's everywhere, and it's really dangerous of how much pollution is out there, and how much the kingdom of darkness is getting more, pollution. And God, of course, showed me. See, and that's what people don't know about the high places. That is important to understand the high places concerning, if you do read, 1 Corinthians, 1 Kings and 2 Kings and 1 Chronicles, you will see about a pattern of altars unto Baals, mainly the popular altar they worship is altar of Baal, and they make sure that altar is one of the main altars that popular throughout human history of being worshipped. And they make sure that they bring spiritual pollution. They bring spiritual pollution to the high places that, the spiritual evil forces feast off this and get stronger and stronger to attack those concerning through temptation, of course, through other people, through influence, mainly through music, mainly through television, whatever they can, mainly music. They really infiltrate people's minds and get people to believe lies, and believe lies and do lies. You know what I'm saying? Do something, against a brother and sister, of course. Is what this pollution is really out there to help, unfortunately, the kingdom of darkness to get people to hurt one another. Is what we are not aware of is going on around us, but we are seeing the aftermath. We seeing the demise. We seeing why this person fought this person and killed him. Why this person, why this person killed this person. Why this person end up making a mistake and killing people. Why this, is this, we hear about these shootings. We hear about these killings, We hear about all these accidents happening everywhere. What is these people, just want to just shoot somebody out in the streets, or, like what happened recently at the Thousand Oak, California. Why this Marine shooting up this club like that? You know what I'm saying? We like, what's going on? We have no questions. But watch this. That person that shot up the club killed his own self. You know what I'm saying? So he can't tell us the story of what motivated him to come to that extent to want to kill himself like that. And the thing is, what people need to realize that, evil spirits has been notoriously controlling people's minds and manipulating their minds to do all kind of bad things for a long time. I mean, it's and I was talking to a person at the laundromat. Shout out to my boy Jernard, somebody to the laundromat. I was explaining to them that, it's kind of like, we're facing spiritual thugs. You know what I'm saying? Spiritual thugs is what is going on in this world and the people are the henchmen, people of power, the rulers of darkness in this world, Freemasons, Illuminati, are the henchmen of these spiritual thugs that are controlling them, that's telling them to do this and telling them to do that, so they can access and gain spiritual power over the earth. Because when you get spiritual power concerning the altars of this, getting people to yield their praise unto them, these people of the Illuminati and Freemasons, they are people of power that people praise them, of great, performers, actors, or, singers, or whoever they are, athletes or whatever, praise them, and they get their energy from them. They accumulate their energy to get more power, to cause more confusion, conflict, and chaos across the world by any means necessary to anybody they can use to do these kind of horrific and terrible things. Is what this pollution of this world is out there, and it's horrible. We see the tragedies of what this is, like a gas station to these evil forces that they come to and say, and that's why we're gonna need God. But what I'm telling you is what we're gonna need God. I mean, and the Bible says, Ephesians 6:12, put on the whole armor of God. Be strong in the Lord, in the power of his might. I hope what I'm revealing to you is to get strong, be strong in the Lord and the power of his might. You know what I'm saying? Put on the whole armor of God. For we don't wrestle against flesh and blood, but principalities and powers, rules of darkness and spiritual wickedness in high places. This is supposed to motivate you to know that you need God, to fight these forces. You cannot fight these forces in the flesh. You cannot come against these forces in your own might and your own strength. And that's what they want you to believe. But, you know, it's a lie. You know what I'm saying? It's what I'm trying to reveal to you about this pollutions of the world that you need to understand is there, that is responsible of, you know, empowering the kingdom of darkness of evil spirits to have more power to go bring influence to people to do stupid stuff that you see on television that is ridiculous of a human being to do and senseless. You know what I'm saying? Is what you need to be aware of and need to understand. All right, that's the message. God be glory to him. From them in Jesus' name, amen.